Good morning, everyone. Today's topic will be cyber forensic and methodologies, and I'll be demonstrating you like how cyber forensic will be done, and I'll be sharing some case details as well. So, before beginning with the topic, so what is the first thought like when you hear a word called forensic? So, can anyone tell? If you know the answer, please use the chat box. Otherwise, please unmute yourself. Okay. Uh, Finding traces. Okay. What else? What kind of traces, Ravi sir? You can unmute yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe after incident, if some incident
Okay.
has happened, and after incident,
Mm-hmm.
if you want to find out what are the
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
traces, who did it, what other things.
Mm-hmm. Okay. 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 And what's your opinion on like normal forensic, like the police people do? Like what kind of things they do according to you? Do you have any idea about that? Do you know anything about that?
They are fairly okay. They check the IP address, in particularly related to IT.
Mhm. No, no, no.
Yeah,
I'm not talking about digital forensic. I'm talking about normal forensic. So there is two part, like the forensic which includes civil crime as well. Okay, so
okay,
and cyber crime. Okay,
okay.
I'm like asking you in a context of the civil crime. Do you have any idea about that?
No, not much.
Okay, okay, no issues. Uh, I'll tell you. Okay,
Yeah,
so suppose if a person is murdered or he commits suicide. Okay, so first the forensic team will come to his premises and he'll check for any evidence like any fingerprints and DNA matching. Like they'll check for the hair samples and all, and they will analyze the crime scene. So how what exactly happened over there? Because if in a murder case, okay, so there might be two bad guys who kill one victim. So they'll be looking for any CCTV cameras over there, and any traffic signal camera over there, and so many other things. Okay, so in that way, like the forensic people will collect all the evidences. So then they will recreate the scene. Okay, so this is what happens in forensic case, and after that, body will be sent to postmortem. Then doctor will be examining the body, like if the person is intoxicated, or if he shot dead, like what kind of bullet it is. Okay, and from how far he shot the person. Okay, so these are all the aspects which the forensic people consider. Okay, so like whenever the crime happens, everyone asks uh, the same question, like how the incident happened and how can it be prevented in future. Okay, so at that point of time, like law and enforcement and forensic team will show up. Okay, the answer to these questions are very difficult. So sometimes you may face some challenges. As I was telling, at the crime scene, so you cannot uh, tell, okay, so hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, sorry, in between I got a call, that's why internet got disconnected. Sorry for that. Okay, so as I was telling, uh, suppose a crime happens. So you cannot directly tell, okay, so there is somebody or some evidences left behind. Okay, so at that point of time, so we might face some issues with dealing those cases and all. and it depends on the severity of the incident as well. Like for example, if you want to stop a crime, so which is related to pickpocket and chain snatching, so these are all the like these are all considered as a minor crime, so but it is growing day by day. Okay, so in that case we cannot do much, in cyber in forensic part. Okay, and the role of the forensic becomes significant, and the evidence which we collected from a crime scene, so that has to carefully examine to understand like what exactly happened and who did that, and where the incident happened, and why the incident happened, so who, what, where, why. So these four W's are important, because so that leads to a clarity, so what exactly happened, you know and what's the reason for all the incident. Okay, so coming to the cyber forensic part. Okay, so investigators, so make details like Ravi sir said. Okay, so he said he basically we are dealing with IP addresses and all. Okay, so not only IP, we are taking all the aspects. Okay, so we make detail of all those uh, addresses and devices used, and platforms. Okay, and many other things. So I'll be explaining that in next slides. Okay, and so coming back to the cyber forensic, what and why, so what is cyber forensic, and why is cyber forensics. So these things you have to understand, when you are dealing with some cyber crime or cyber bullying, or any kind of crime which is related to cyber. So you need to know about this. Okay, and not only in crime scenes, so if you are going for an organization or IT industry, so there also we use cyber forensic, for dealing with ransomware case attacks, and dealing with some security breaches. Okay, or a data breach, so that point of time, so we are dealing with cyber forensic, because we use uh, computer system, so it become a buddy for us, so it's like best friend, so we can't live without our phone or laptop, so uh, you can't imagine from yesterday afternoon, so in our office premises there is no internet facility. I was feeling like, okay, felt tunnel, because we are so much addicted to this internet and laptops and also, so we cannot live without that, so that's why the cyber forensics plays an important role, so finding what exactly happened and why it was happened. Okay, so computer forensic and digital forensics are almost similar, so why I used word almost is because computer forensics, according to the IP Act or the cyber law, so computer is a thing like I think Kirti had explained you in previous session, right? So I'm not going to go in depth of that cyber law part. Okay, so computer forensic, it is related to all the instruments or devices, so which have a memory unit. So cyber forensics, we are dealing with cyber crimes, and uh, which is related to the internets of things. Okay, so I'll explain you, in detail in upcoming slides. Okay, so cyber forensics is the application of investigation and analysis technique to gather and preserve evidence from a uh, particular computing device in a way that it is suitable for presentation in court, so what happens is like, if you are dealing with a ransomware case or a cybercrime case, so you gather all the information, but it's not directly acceptable in court, because Indian judicial system and according to IPC and IT Act, so there is some guidelines, and even from the ISO standards, so there is a standard for that, like this is how you should perform the cyber forensic, and what and all things you have to consider when you are doing the cyber forensic, you know. So uh, that guidelines are defined in cyber forensic standards and the judicial system. So the aim of a digital forensic or cyber forensic is to preserve evidence in its most original form. Because if you seize a mobile phone from a crime scene, so before submitting it to the court, so what happens is, if any data is tampered, or if any evidence is uh, removed from the device, so it might not acceptable in court, because the court and the judicial system works on evidence. Okay, so we forensic people and the police people, we know the truth. Okay, so we know who the culprit is, but the challenging situation is to prove his prove him guilty, so that's the reason we have to preserve all the data in most original form, so that structured investigation can be performed to reconstruct the past events and convict that uh, accused. Okay. For example, in cyber forensic, I'll tell you like what and all things are included. For like, if any data which is stored in hard disk or pen drive, which is got corrupted or intentionally deleted, so recovering those data to prove, like to gain some information. So that is also comes under cyber forensic. Okay. So now I'll tell you what is the difference between uh, uh, crime and cyber crime. So when a crime happens, so it might happen in any possible way. So as I told earlier, like chain snatching, theft, and murder. Okay, and many other crimes are there. Okay, so these are all comes under crime. Okay, and cyber crime is that when a cyber attack happens, or a person is using some digital instrument, like mobile phone, laptop, or any digital media. So that comes under cyber crime. Okay, so the evidence is usually found in digital devices. Okay, so that is why it is divided into crime and cyber crime. So cyber forensic investigators are like, you might be wondering like, who is cyber forensic investigator. So those are the expert, so investigating the crime scene or the encrypted data using various type of softwares and tools. uh, and there are many upcoming techniques like which gonna help cyber forensic investigators in like cyber crime cases. Okay. And crime, sorry, cyber forensic investigators, we are dealing with different types of cyber crimes, like sometimes we deal with the mobile forensic, and sometimes we deal with hard disk recovery, and sometimes we deal with ransomware attacks. So there is no fixed pattern in the case which we are getting. Okay. And our main aim is to collect all those information, and if any device is locked, so which is seized in a crime scene, so our aim is to crack that password, if it is password encrypted, and help the law and enforcement department to as much as possible, so proving the conviction of those accused. And even we do help the law and enforcement department with cold cases. Cold cases in the sense, like you might be heard of like closed cases, so because of lack of evidence, there might be there is some cases are there, so it is closed since last 10 years, so 15 years. If any digital device, so which is seized in that particular case, so we forensic experts, so we analyze that situation, like what exactly happened over there, and how we can crack the case and all. Okay, so this includes methodologies, so I'll be explaining you all the methodologies in the next slide. Okay, so first comes the identification. Identification means, so we have to identify the purpose of investigation. For example, so this identification, so it varies from case to case. For example, if any murder cases happen, okay, so the accused, he has used his telephone, sorry, mobile phone, so to transmit data, for example, I'll give you a real-time case example only, so which is happened in Mangaluru, and it is in rural place, I think it's Wamanjur, I guess. Okay, so what happened is 302 like murder has happened, and the accused, they had a group. Okay, so 4 to 5 members were there, and they nabbed the guy and they stab him. Okay, so then it leads him like it he caused it caused him like death he died at the spot only. And at that case, so what our aim is to identify the purpose of investigation, because we need to find who did that and why he did that. Okay, and what exactly happened at that crime scene. Okay, so when a cyber forensic or forensic team arrives at the crime scene, so they will check for the possibilities, so if any digital evidence is there or whatnot. And if a victim shares the details through SMS, so our aim is to, okay, first we record his call data, so there is a concept called CDR, call data recorder. So from that we can easily identify from which number to the which number, so call is gone, and what at what time he called. Okay, from which location he called, and we will get the IMEI number of the device. Okay, of both persons. Okay, so if I calling someone, okay, if my call data recorder is captured, okay, so my IMEI number and the person whom I calling, so his IMEI number also get registered. Okay, and there is another concept called SDR, subscriber data recorder. Okay, so if police people will get your number, okay, so they can easily identify your address using SDR. Okay, so this all comes under identification, and identify the resources required, like resources in the sense, like as I told, so what and all devices involved in cybercrime, so if it is a ransomware attack, okay, so first we will verify, okay, so from where exactly the ransomware get into our organization. We will check for the possible outcomes, so is there any Stuxnet kind of attack, or is there any ransomware or malware which is injected to our system and all. Okay, so these all are the purpose which we are doing, like things we are doing in identification. And next comes the preservation. So preservation, the thing is, so we isolate and secure and preserve. Okay, so these three uh, parts are important, because when you see something from a crime scene, okay, so it's very important to keep that device or data to be secure, because what happens is sometimes accused can try to destroy that evidence, so by damaging them and all. Okay, so these are all the challenges, and so we have to make sure that when you seize a mobile device or a DVR, digital video recorder. Okay, so you make sure that it is not plugged into any power source, or make sure that so you don't write any data on it. Okay, so I'll be explaining all of those in upcoming slides. Okay, so and next comes the analysis. Analysis, in the sense, identify the tools and technique to use, because we have to reconstruct, so what kind of crime exactly happened, and how we can solve that case. So that's why we need this type called analysis. Okay, so in analysis will process the data and interpret, and so we will process the data and we will analysis the result. Okay, so because, for example, I told the CDR case. Okay, so the call data recorder. So in that case, so we will look for the possibilities. So suppose if that person is present that crime scene, so at that time, so we can easily convict him. So we can arrest him, and we can do the further investigation. And and processing data includes, for that we are using so many tools like right blocker is there, and some other forensic tools are there. Using that tools, we analyze all those data, and we recreate the scene using the evidence. Okay, so then comes the fourth step, documentation. Documentation follows that, the creating a record of all the data which we had recreated from the crime scene. So documentation is most important part. So if you have the evidence, you should have to do the documentation properly. Otherwise, when you present it in court or any judicial system, so it might not stand. So if you don't maintain proper documentation, so that is uh, what all about documentation is. And the last part is presentation. Presentation is something like, we summarize all the details. So we will come to a conclusion, like what exactly happened and who's the culprit, and what are results we got from the above four steps, like identification, preservation, and analysis. Okay, so these steps uh, are the most important, things in digital forensics. So usually in ISO standard also, these five steps are included. So this is uh, mandatory. So usually we follow these steps when we are dealing with cyber crime or any kind of cyber forensic cases. Okay, so next, as I told, like these are all the steps which we have to follow in forensic investigation. So first, identify the cyber computer crime. So collect primary evidence, and when we get the primary evidence, so then we have to mm, get the court notice. So without that, we cannot directly go to someone and seize their device or anything which is related to case. Okay, so then we have to perform the first responders procedure. And next we have to preserve the devices which we had seized. And so we cannot store it in a local police station or local facility. So we have other facility to store this kind of devices. For example, in Karnataka, there is a organization, government organization called FSL, Forensic Laboratory. Okay, so it is situated in Bangalore. So usually all the districts and all the cities from Karnataka, like if any cyber crimes or any crime related evidence is there, so which is stored in that laboratory, because we cannot rely on the local police station, because if something happens, for example, the fire accident or anything, okay, and there may be a chance of tampering of those data as well. So that is why they keep those evidences secure in forensic laboratory. And when we are dealing with a cyber crime or cyber forensic case, we usually don't go for the direct investigation on the device. Okay, so what exactly we do is we take the exact copy of that hard disk or mobile phone, then we recreate the same. Because I'll tell you why it's done. For example, when you seize a device, okay, so at that time its hash value that is something called, uh, I'll tell you in a very simple way. For example, if my phone is seized, okay, so from that, for example, if my phone is seized today 10 o'clock, okay, so police people seize my phone, and cyber forensic team arrived. Okay, so they start directly working on my phone. Okay, so without taking any copies of the exact image, what happens is, so they need internet for that, so accessing my messages and other stuffs like browser history and all. So they need an internet for that, and if they switch on the internet, so logs will get generated, you know so automatically my phone will start getting messages from WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, and whatever platform I have registered in. And even my if anyone who doesn't know about my seizure of phone, so he might call me, and the call data will registered. Okay, so these are all the digital evidence. Okay, so okay, so after the investigation, when my phone goes to the court, so there I can tell the court, okay, so after the seizure, there is some data, or there is some log is generated. So I can easily tell the court saying that, okay, so there is yeah, evidence tampering happened. Okay, so to avoid this case, so to avoid this situation, what exactly we do is, whenever we seize some device, electronic device from the crime scene, so we put it in a flight mode, all the phones have that facility. We otherwise we will switch it off. So first flight mode, then we will switch it off, so that no data logs can generate. Okay, so suppose we seize any PC or laptops, so what exactly we do is we don't shut down, so using Alt F4 or using those shutdown option. Okay, so we directly plug in, sorry, we pull the plug out so that it automatically gets off. Okay, so this is what happens, because that shutdowning procedure also considered as a tampering of evidence. Okay, so that is why we usually don't do such things. Okay, so if we receive a hard disk or a pen drive, so we preserve it in a plastic case. So I'll show you what kind of plastic it is. It's of very thick material. So it's not like the usual plastic which we use. So in that case, we will store those hard disks, so that no data can uh, tampered, or we in order to prevent those devices from the hardware tampering or damaging. Okay, and as I was telling, MD5 hash and checksum. So when we receive a device, so we note it down the MD5 hash values. Okay, so suppose if my device is seized, okay, so it has a hash value, like they will collect all the data, so they give a hash value. If any tampering or if any log is generated, so that hash value get changed. Okay, so from that, so we can easily tell, okay, so there is a tampering of data happen. And next, we'll prepare the chain of custody, because so that is the most important thing, because when you have all the evidence, so then only we can directly go to a person, and we can arrest him. Okay, and store the original evidence in a secure location. So these are all the same thing, and next, the analyzing the image of evidence, so last comes the forensic report and the submitting report. So yeah, the last part, if required, the investigator may attend the court and testify as an expert witness. I'll tell you what it is. Like in Indian Evidence Act, according to, so there is a certificate called 65B. Okay, for example, suppose I'm a technician or a cyber expert, cyber security expert, so if any police personnel come to me and saying that, okay, so boss, this is the situation, we need some data to be extracted from a digital device or a computer device. At that point of time, because I'm a outsource, so I'm not a internal, or I'm not a person who's belonging to the law and enforcement department. Okay, at that point of time, I have to give a certificate saying that I received the. I'll show you how exactly it looks is. Yeah, this is what the 65B format looks like. Okay, so here I have to declare, so what exactly I have done on that device. For example, if I received a email ID, so email forensics, I'll be demonstrating you in upcoming slides. So if I receive a email ID, so I have to write what email ID did I get, and what kind of operation I performed, and what and all information. And here they have mentioned the color, and also basically it's a universal format for all the evidence, so here you just have to change email ID to a mobile phone. So then, so we have to mention the color, and how many so how much storage capacity was there when we received the device, and what's its physical condition, whether it is damaged or not. So if any minute scratch also is there on the device, so we have to mention that, because so when a court proceeding happens, so these minute things also matters. Okay, so that is why we have to take care of all these procedures, like under 65B. And if the court sends us a notice saying that you have to attend the court, and so we have to go there, and our evidence which we had given this certificate, so this will be treated as a certified evidence. Okay, so the court cannot deny this evidence, because you're a technician, so court is like allowing your findings, or all the evidence, so this is what happens. And yeah, let's come back to the topic. So these are all the steps we follow in cyber forensic. And next comes the in-scope devices. Okay, so when you are dealing with a cyber forensic situation or a cybercrime case, what and all device you encounter with. Okay, so first comes the mobile phone. Mobile phone. So I'll give you a example. Like yesterday, I gave you a example of Mr. Parmeshwarappa, right? Wait, let me open the case for you. So this was the case. Okay, so exactly what happened is this guy Parmeshwarappa uh, pretending to be a like most decorated officer in post office, Indian Post, and he uh, like he did some financial fraud with the officials and normal people as well, and he even created his fake account in matrimonial site. Okay, so he's a like a 10th or PUC failed guy, so he don't know much about technicals. But he what he did was he watched YouTube, so from he learned all those stuffs by YouTube and all other digital platforms which we are having right now. Okay, so he used his phone to edit all these pictures. Okay, so at this point, this case, so we received his device, so I was the investigation person over there. So when I received his device, like mobile phone, laptop, and all other stuffs, so first I took mobile phone. Okay, so I checked for the applications, what and all application he has. Okay, and what exactly he had done, to this ID card. To generate this ID card, he might first my impression was like, first he did it by some photo editing software called Photoshop or Lightroom. Okay, then I came to know, so he did it using a PixArt. So it's a PixArt, and one more application was there. I forgot its name. Okay, I'll tell you if I remember that, if I come to know that application. So what he did was he downloaded a copy of this ID card from internet. So he edited his photo and signature. Okay, here you can see his signature and the signature of the employee. So authority and employee signature. He just cropped it and placed it over there, and you can see the font difference between the original and the fake one. So you can see here. So this is the original one, and this is the fake one. So you can see the difference. So if you're not able to see this clearly, so you can double tap on the presentation screen so that you can zoom out. Okay, otherwise you can zoom in. Here you can see this is the original one, the 1016 and this is the fake one. Okay, and so by using such applications like PixArt, so he did that. Okay, then he had nearly 20 email IDs and more than 40 Facebook IDs. Okay, so Facebook, even in spite of his like he don't know much about technical. In spite of that, he was ready to upload his own website. So he literally did that. We can easily build a website using a platform called WordPress. I'll show you. Nowadays, you don't need to be a developer to build a website. So this is a platform called WordPress.com. So from this, you can create your own website in minutes. Like you just have to drag and drop. So if you like, there are so many templates available. Okay, so you just have to drag, select or purchase those template, and you just have to place it over that page. Okay, so website is ready. Okay. Aruna Bajpai, investigation and analysis technique. Yeah, just now I had explained it to you, right? Uh, okay, I'll explain it again once we finish with all those things. Okay, so I was telling you about the website building. Okay, so this man literally created a website, so but the thing is he don't know how to host that website because he was not a techie, so hosting is a bit headache. So he stopped that. Okay, and uh, when we are dealing with this case, so we received uh, Gmail IDs, right? So at that point of time, so we check for his Gmail activity, so how many Gmails are there, and is there any mail conversation happened between the victims and this guy Parmeshwarappa, and we even check for his browser history as well, and location history. So I'll tell you like how exactly you can check for the browser history and the location history by using your Gmail. So this is what we do. Here you have the data and personalization. So here you can see my all activities are controlled by Google. So web application activities. So you can check my all the web histories and location history. So YouTube history. So all my history you can check through Google account. And one more thing I would like to share. Uh, okay, so this is my device, so which I'm using right now. So if you go to manage device, okay, so you can see what kind of device which I have registered. So from that also we can have a we can make sure that okay, so this person using such device, and so from which location he has logged in and all. Okay, and there is one more feature called find my device. Let me show you. Here, find a lost device. Okay, so if you go to this, okay, so you can see a map is popping up. My internet is slow, I guess. Wait, let me check. Okay, so yeah, it's connecting my device. You can see here. It's rolling. From this feature, you can see here you can get my IMEI number. First registered on August 10, 2018. Since August 2018, I'm using this device. Okay, and last seen was February 11. Okay, which is yesterday. Because after that I was offline, so that's why here you can see. So my sim is Airtel, so you can zoom into that presentation, and you can see my battery percentage. Okay, so this is the exact location where I'm sitting right now. Okay, so from this we can like we can track the accused, or we can get some valuable information. And one more thing I'll tell you. And from Gmail you can even track your activities. So at what I'll show you it in phone itself. Okay, so is everyone able to see my phone screen?
Yes, yes, sir.
uh, okay, so there is something called Google Maps. Okay, having a very bad network from yesterday. So sorry for that. So here you just have to tap on that profile icon, okay, and here you can see your timeline, third option, okay. So press on that, okay. So this is today's activity. So from this location to was there. Okay. So from my home location to my office, I came by my bike. Okay, so it's showing me zero point 0.5 miles. Okay, so it's less than 1 kilometer, I guess. Okay, and this is today's activity. Let me show you my last month's activity. So I'm selecting January 1st. Okay, so I was okay. The net is wait, let me load the map first, then I'll show you how exactly it looks like. Just wait for a second. My internet is not working good. Okay, so this is the travel history of date 9th January 2021. Okay, so you can see here uh,
Sir,
all my.
we can't
Yes.
see your screen.
Oh, sorry, I'm sorry. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So you can see, so this is my travel history on date of 9th January 2021. So, okay. So here you can see all the details. Okay. So this is the Kodialbai Mangalore address and Kulur Road, Maple showroom and Kudroli, Sultan Batteri and all the details. Okay. So you can even check, okay, so at what time I have visited that place, okay, and even I can show you December. Okay, so this is December 9th, like 1 month back. Okay, so this is what exactly it looks like. Okay, so I started from Kodialbail, Mangalore to it is called some Mudigere, it's in Chikmagalur, and I ended at 11 o'clock. Okay, so it is in Kumta. So I traveled nearly 252 miles. That means nearly 400 kilometers or 400 plus kilometers. Okay, in a day. So that is what exactly like tracking. my all the details. Okay, so you can see all my data are there in Google, so you can easily get all the information, and this can be used as safety purpose as well. Okay, so suppose you are in a uh, bad situation. Okay, so if you want to prove your innocence, so you can directly open your Gmail. So mobile phone is tracking all data and all. Okay, so you can directly show them. Okay, so boss, at that point of time I was here. Okay, so this is March 31st 2020. Okay, so all the data are with Google. And okay, let me come back to the topic. Okay, so at the that Parmeshwarappa's case. Okay, so we checked for his Facebook profiles as well, and we got some of the informations, and we checked for the banking data and all. So using that information, we are able to prove he's guilty. you know so this is what happens in mobile phones and mobile forensics and hard disk drive. So and pen drive, laptops, CD-ROMs, and DVR and drone data. I'll be telling you in next slides. Okay, so this is a tool called UFID Physical Analyzer. Okay, so what exactly it does is when you connect a phone to this software. Okay, so it will copy all the informations. So it will take all the original information to this software, and we can easily analyze. So without touching the real evidence. Okay, so here you can see extraction summary, physical data. Let me show you. So memory images, memory ranges, application information, call logs, chat. So if you delete some of those call logs or chats also, so here we can easily recover that. So here you can see the in red color, the number is showing 12. That means the victim, the accused, so he has deleted 12 chats. Okay, so in spite of deleting all those chats, so still we are able to recover all those chats and contacts and emails, so passwords, web history, all the data will be analyzed by this forensic toolkit. We call it as UFOD for PC. UFOD, and this is the interface, how exactly it looks like. Okay, so here you can do the logical operations, and here you can unlock the phone as well. Okay, and physical analysis and camera and screenshots. Okay, screenshots in the sense for the purpose of documentation. Okay, and this is also a UFED physical analyzer. Okay, so you can see this is the report format. So this is these are all the checklist which you have to select. So it will automatically segregate all the data. So this is a UFID tool. And next comes the laptop forensic or desktop forensic. So in this, we can use of NCASE and autopsy and so many other tools out there. I'll be showing the demonstration in next couple of minutes. Okay, so mobile in the laptop forensics, we have to check for the various possibilities. Like as I was telling, ransomware attack condition. So we have to check for the network possibilities as well, and we have to interrogate the employees. So employees are the internal threats, as I was telling day before yesterday. So employees are the internal threats, so we have to interrogate them and check for the other possibilities, like is there any phishing link was clicked by the employee and all. Okay, so these are all the procedures we do in the laptop or device desktop forensic. Okay, so next comes the hard disk forensic or HDD. So here you can see, so this is the hard disk drive or HDD. Okay, and this device is the write blocker. Okay, so it is a Tableau company's write blocker. Okay, so usually most of the cyber forensic expert prefer this write blocker, because when you are taking the exact image of this hard disk, okay, so you have to make sure that you disable the write function. Write function in the sense you're not supposed to feed any data to the evidence. Okay, so it causes evidence tampering. So to avoid that situation, so we use this write blocker kit. Okay, so this is the SATA cable. So we call it SATA cable. So we connect the write blocker to the hard disk. So here you can see, uh, you can all see, right, like the power, SATA detect, and host detect, and write block. So you can see the green light is blinking. You can zoom in, and you can watch that. Okay, so the right blocker should be in a green position, like green light condition only. Otherwise, what happens is sometimes any loose contact happen between this SATA cable and the hard disk. So the right block function cannot work. Okay, so this is how the hard disk forensic is done. And for the tools, so we can again use UFOD physical analyzer as well. Okay, so this is the analyzed report. Okay, so I took a screenshot of it. So it's related to a case. Most people of most of you people might be knowing in Mangalore there is a act happened near KPT Circle. Some bad guys spray painted saying that, okay, so we are calling ISIS, so which is related to some terrorism act. Okay, so you might be knowing about that issue. Okay, so we investigate that issue. So we found some digital video recorder, DVR, so CCTV cameras storage unit. So from that we decoded all the information. So DVR consists of a hard disk drive. So from that we got all this information. Basically, this is what it is. What means this is a encrypted form of all the information which is stored in hard disk. Okay, and this is the decryption. You can see here. You can see my cursor, right? Cursor moving. So this is the decrypted part, and this is the encrypted part. Okay, so this is how the digital hard disk forensic analyzer tool looks like. Okay, so here also we can see the deleted items. So call log. I think. Okay, so okay, it looks like, yeah, same thing. Okay, so the red is deleted one. Okay, and next we are going to see about the drone data. Oh, sorry, oops, not this drone. Uh, I think most of the people from Karnataka know this guy. He uh, recycled some drones and created his own drone. But we are not talking about this drone, drone Pratap. So we are talking about the real drone. Drone means the quadcopter. Usually it's used for surveillance process and all the photography things. So we use drones whenever a drone is seized from a crime scene. So usually we trace down the device, and we identify the device storage, and we do the investigation in the sense we have to check for the sensors and storage device and ground stations. So ground station in the sense the drone is connected to the phone. Okay, so in that phone also we may get some important data, so that is why we have to seize all the related devices, from which drone can operate. So here again we are using UFOD for PC. So in this software, so we can do mobile forensic, hard disk forensic, and drone forensic as well. Okay, and even SIM swapping can be done. Okay, whenever you see whenever a person sees us a SIM card, okay, so we cannot directly access the original SIM card, so we have to take the exact copy of it by using some SIM swapping mechanism. Okay, so which are available in all the cyber crime labs. Fortunately, Mango City has the one. Okay, and from the drone data analysis, we can even track down the flight path. Okay, you can see here. So this is the result from oxygen forensic. Okay, so I'll tell you what oxygen forensic is. So here you can see the flight path. So from where and which exact location it took off and where exactly it landed, and what's his home location. So in drone there is a feature called home. If suppose if you are flying a drone, so you seems to be lost, so you can't see your drone properly, or it went below the like it went aside the trees and all. Okay, you just have to press home button, so automatically the drone will come to its original location or home location, which we had feed previously. So that is a feature we have, and GPS location as well, and launch and land information, so, version of the drone, and license. So in India, so if you want to buy a drone, so you should be having a proper license for that. Okay, so you have to register your drone in the government authority, because there is a firm called I forgot that name. Okay, so there is a government authority, so they are taking care of all those informations. Okay, so from that drone number, so we can track down the owner detail. Okay, and these are all the valuable information which we get from the drone data. And uh, next comes, okay, so these are all the in-scope device which we are dealing with cyber forensic. And next coming to the cyber forensic tools. Okay, so so there are disk imaging softwares are there, like I have mentioned UFOD for PC, and FTK, Atom, sorry, Axiom is there. Okay, Ncase is there. Okay, so these are all the disk imaging software. Hashing tools are FTK, and Maltego. Okay, so these are all the hashing tools, and file recovery programs, Ncase, Autopsy, Doctor Phone. So see, the thing is, many of these tools will perform multiple tasks. Okay, so some tools are available open source and commercial purpose as well. Some are available only for commercial purpose. I'll tell you what is open source and what is commercial purpose. And the encryption and decoding software UFOD is there, and FTK is there, and password cracking software Doctor Phone is there, UFOD for PC, and FTK again. So these are all the tools which we are dealing with, and one more tool called Oxygen Forensic, which includes call data reader, sorry, recorder, and analysis software, and face detection software, image and video forensic software. So these are all the tools which we forensic experts use. Okay, so now we are going to discuss about Autopsy. Autopsy is an open source tool which is freely available for all. I'll show you how exactly it looks like. Okay, so this is Autopsy. Okay, so I have downloaded a open source one, because you might you all know after COVID, I don't have sufficient money to buy this tool. And jokes apart, but this tools costs us like uh, very. This is a very big investment, So so we cannot directly go them and purchase them, but law and enforcement authorities have these tools. Okay, so it is opening. Okay, uh, it will take some time. Till then, I'll show you the report, like how exactly it looks like. Yesterday, I scanned this with my PC only. Here it is. You, you all can see my screen, right? So I use Autopsy software on my system itself. Okay, so I did a device recovery mode on my local storage, that is C disk. Okay, so here you can see I can sorry reports. Okay, so it gave me in a Excel format. Okay, so this is a summary. Case number, I have named it as FDP, and case number and examiner. Okay, so that is optional. Okay, so here you can see this was my web bookmarks. What and all bookmarks I have stored in this system. So what exactly Autopsy did was it scanned my entire system. So it grabs all the information which are stored and deleted from my system. Okay, so I browsed YouTube, sorry, I bookmarked YouTube, Mozilla this is Firefox. Okay, so this one is Google, and again this is Firefox, and I have bookmarked maps as well. Okay, and this is for Gmail login, and this is for Microsoft login, and here you can see all my cookies, so which are available on my laptop. So you can see these are all the cookies. So this is something which I accessed it from torrent, because this is a downloading site, so I use it for downloading some software which is related to hacking. And these are all the yes, you can see .4 dex.io. So I used it using torrent. So that is a black market. So, and here you can see what and all accounts I have logged in, uh, and save their information. So this is 192.168.0.1. This is my office router address. So usually by default every router has this address, loopback address. Okay, so and testfire.net, because I used it while taking the faculty development program on the first session, and this is again Gmail sign in, and I logged into our network providers mobile application, sorry, website, web application. Here you can see customer.ion, and this is the port number, and this is I logged into my official so, email ID, so that's the web address, and again the same thing, here you can see web downloads, what kind of things I have downloaded from the internet. Here you can see the certificate which I had downloaded for Burpsuit. So there is a tool called Burpsuit. For that we have to attach a CA certificate. So I have downloaded that. And here you can see the physical analyzer data and virtual analyzer Wireshark. So I had downloaded some images from internet or Google, and Wireshark. here also the Firefox. I have installed Firefox, so that data also visible is available, and this is web form address and keywords. So keywords. Uh, what and all thing I'm typing in my desktop or laptop. So usually it gets recorded. So here you can see a email ID which looks familiar. I hope that person is still present in this today's session. Sorry, ma'am, my laptop captured your email ID, not password. Okay, only I have your email ID. That's it. I'm gonna delete this information after this session. Okay, no issues. No need to take worries about that. And these are all the email IDs and keywords which I have like entered in web browser or the laptop. So here you can see all the results, and this is a forensic guru. So this is a forensic a tool providing company. So I had discussed with them. So that is a data which I had, and the metadata in the sense like it's the original data. With, for example, if I'm sending a like, if I'm opening a document, so I need to know from where exactly it is created. So here I can see, okay, so owner Robinson D'Souza, okay, so he's my boss, okay, so what kind of file it is, here you can see if you, okay, so that is a Excel file, so he is the owner. I cannot say, okay, so this Excel belongs to me, because if cyber forensic experts, so he receives the metadata, so he can easily tell, okay, so this Excel sheet is belongs to Robinson D'Souza, okay, and the cyber sapiens, obviously the PPT, okay, and the web history, okay, so these are all the website details which I have visited through my website. Okay, so here my Microsoft Office, and most of the things I did was download because I need to I need some pictures and all, right. So these are all the IP addresses which I had search using my desktop. Okay, and this is our office. This one CCTV IP address and the Bob suit, and yeah, these are all the information which I have accessed recently. See, the thing is, you cannot hide from the internet or device. So anonymity is a myth. So you cannot say I'm completely anonymous. So each and every action of yours is being recorded on internet or laptops. So you can see from my laptop only, you can get all this information, right. So you can imagine if your Gmail ID or your phone is get compromised, so at what extent your data is going to be in risk. So this is how the autopsy looks like. Okay, so it's taking time because I okay, so there is a issue. There is some issue with my internet. So you can go to their website. So you can download that software for free. Okay, so you'll be if anything happens, so if your hard disk or laptop is get corrupted, so you can use this software. So then comes the magnet RAM capture. So we use it for desktop forensic, and Nmap I had shown you that day, right. So Nmap is also a forensic tool. So from that uh, we can come to know what kind of service it is providing, and what kind of port it is using, and Wireshark. I hope Robin has covered this topic. So this is also a forensic tool. So we can easily come to know like what exactly happening in the network, or we can capture the packets, and we can evaluate that. Okay, So then comes the most important tool, so most of the forensic experts and forensic institutions use these tools, NCase forensic. So this is a paid tool. Okay, so here also it is also functions same like UFED for PC. Here you can see all the directories, so which you recovered from evidence. So here it is, and these are all the encrypted data and the decrypted forms here, and many of the stuffs are there. This can be uh, this can play a very major role in cyber forensic. And the FTK, the forensic toolkit, in short FTK. So this is also a very good tool for mobile forensic, and here you can see the evidence is mentioned here, and the hex value. Hex value in the sense, as I was telling you about the uh, hash value, right? Similar to that, the hex value also is there. Okay, and these are all the dates and some other informations and the weaving plane. So here, if any data is got encrypted, and here you can see the decrypted form of it. Even your WhatsApp data can be decoded, okay, using these tools. So never think that, okay, so I can evade from the crime or any actions using WhatsApp or any other issues. Okay. And the case studies. So coming to the case studies, we have discussed Parmeshwarappa's case, like he was pretending to be someone, and there is one more case called fake call center. So which was situated in Delhi, near to Greater Noida, I guess. Okay, so Mangalore City Cybercrime Police has received a complaint regarding to that, and they went there and they seized some 50 to 60 mobile phones which has only keypads. Okay, so yeah, the case was happened back in 2014 or 15 time. So at that point of time, they don't have like smartphones like nowadays. So they were using some keypad phones, and they seized nearly 40 to 50 mobile phones, and they seized 20 laptops. Sorry, it's not laptops, desktops. Okay, and two printers. So what we can do is, the in printer there is a hard disk will be there. Okay, so we don't need to seize whole printer, but according to the the IPC, and also we have to seize the printer itself. But if in case if it is not able to transport it from Delhi to Mangalore, okay, so we just have to grab that hard disk which is there in printer, so that is sufficient. And from all those devices, the Mangalore City Cybercrime Police did a very great job. So they shut down that call center. But after that, there are many call centers are there, yeah, still in Delhi. So further investigation is going on. Okay, so it's a long process. So once the case is filed and it goes to the court, and then the procedures will take time, but the investigation is still going on. Okay, so this is the Delhi fake call center case, and I would like to show you a report which recently we worked on. Let me. Okay. So as you can see, so this is the report which is prepared by our company. Okay, so as I was telling, 65B. Okay, so this is our format. Okay, so we are describing the device condition. Okay, so it was a DVR. DVR means digital video recorder. So the CCTV, what and all videos it records, it stores in this DVR. Okay, so it's similar to hard disk only, but with a hard casing. Okay, so we received DVRs. The Hikvision is the name of that DVR, the company's name, and another one is RaySharp. Okay, so I was the one who received that DVR. So uh, that thing has to be mentioned in that report because that is a crucial information. And here you can see we are mentioning all the allocated space, so for camera and all, and available space, because that is the most important thing when it comes to uh, legal issues. Okay, so this is the case report. So Mangalore city, so this is from the Mangalore North Police Station. Okay, so they had asked us for a clarification, so that in a bar and restaurant, two guys were fighting, so one guy hit another guy with a beer bottle. Okay, so that guy died after 4 days, they were asking for the CCTV recording, whether it is there or not, because this case was happened very uh, 2 or 3 years ago. So they need some assistance with us to crack this case. You know. So these are all the evidences which we got from the DVR or digital video recorder. See here you can see the date and all, and system log information. Okay, so at that point of time, what was the system status? And here you can see the camera status. So this is the camera status. And the system running state. Okay, so it was running fine. Okay, on the particular date, and the same camera status, and is there any warning or not? And they had asked to if the data is available, so they had asked us to uh, recollect that, so recover that. So we have, and one more thing, because the data got deleted, so it deleted by someone intentionally. So they need a proper evidence for that. So we, from the log information, we found out that so someone has illegally tried to illegal login, and he logged in through remote login process. Like here you can see he logged in using his phone. No, then he deleted some information, and then he rebooted that DVR. So from this evidence, we can say that the evidence or the video is deleted intentionally. Okay, so this was here you can see the operations, local playback time. Okay, so here he had checked the playback time, and uh, he made some operation here. Okay, and he logged out from the remote application, again logged in, and checked for again the playback time. So this was done by the admin. So here you can see the admin details as well, and the dates and times as well. Okay, see, now this is also another screenshot of that logs, operation, playback time, and local logout. So local in the sense he personally visited the premises or crime scene, and he did that. Okay, so this was the, see here you can see the illegal login again. Okay, so this is clear that like the accused, or he tamper the data, and at the end of the report, so we will give a conclusion, so based on above report. Okay, so uh, here you can see there is some limitations, so challenges will be there. With that DVR, we can only view the data and recover, we can only tell them that okay, so this data is deleted intentionally. But the thing was, we cannot directly recover those data, because for that we need to dismantle, because it was already a code property in the sense it was seized by the police. Okay, so if we want to do anything, so if we want to dismantle that hard disk, so we have to take the permission from court or the police personals. Okay, Okay, so at that point of time, so we closed the report, so we sent it to the police personnel, because the investigation is still going on, so suppose, like, if we get those permissions, so we can easily track who did that and why he did that. Okay, and these are all the challenges when we face while doing digital forensic. The rise of anti-forensic techniques. Anti-forensic techniques are evolving day by day. So there are so many tools are there which can prevent the system or data to generate logs and all. And compatibility issue occurs in mobile phones and computer systems as well. Mobile phones, in the sense, the Chinese phone and the BlackBerry phones, which are not supported to all of those tools. Okay, and hardware issue in the sense, some of the time, sometimes what happens is the uh, slot which we are connecting the SATA cable or the USB cable, which is damaged, or all the even the major hard disk got damaged, due to transport issue and all. So in that case, it is very challenging to do that. And software issue, sometimes the phone has a outdated software below Android 3 to 4. So nowadays it is Android 10 or 11 going on, latest update. And the Mac versions also depends. So third party dependency. So in this case, third party dependency, in the sense, when you are asking for any information from Facebook or Instagram, so usually they steals our data from us. So they store it in their location. It's US or any other country. So they have the data centers located over there. When we ask for the data, so it looks like a cross-border issues. So they are having a different constitution, and we are having a different constitution. So they are having a different kind of law. So in that case, we have to wait for the data. Until the data comes, we cannot do anything. Okay, so I'm not saying it is impossible to get the data, but it takes some time. And spoofing includes use of VPN, proxy, and fake emails. So those are all the challenging things to uh, investigate. And state support. So yeah, in within the country also, we cannot go to another state. Like, for example, if I'm going to Goa, we cannot ask for the support, because we may face some issues, and cross-border issues, as I already mentioned. Okay, so and so this is what have all the challenges is all about. And if you have any questions regarding to this topic, please ask me in chat box, or you can unmute yourself. You can ask the question. Repeat the UFED. Okay, UFED 4 PC, UFED 4 number PC. You can search. Wait, let me show you the website itself. So this is their original website. I hope you can see my screen. So this is the cryptocurrency tracking tool that is developed by UFED 4 PC. You cannot even say I'm anonymous by doing some transaction using cryptocurrency. So everything is monitored, and this is the website looks like. Here there are so many products available. So this is UFED calibrate physical analyzer. Okay, so basically what we do is we can use this application for mobile forensic, hard data forensic, hard disk data forensic, and drone data forensic. So all the features are loaded with this UFED. So you can visit their website. Okay, so this tool is only for commercial purpose, so you cannot go for the open source. And this is the analyzer looks like. Usually, so this is similar to a CPU only, but it has installed with some tools like this is the Tableau write blocker, and here you can insert your hard disk and all. And for LAN connection and USB connections, there are ports are available. Okay, so it's not a normal CPU, so it's a upgraded version of that. And yeah, that's it. And if you have any other questions, you can ask. Uh, don't you think that as soon as we open a Gmail account and log in using mobile, all the information of what we are doing, where we go, everything can be traced? Is it not that our privacy is compromised? Uh, Ashok sir, so Gmail is a platform which is providing you the free service. Okay, so they are not providing you the service for free. Okay, so in return they are asking your data. If you want to use their service, so for free, so you have to compromise your data. Yeah, I agree with your like question. Like you are saying, okay, uh, that there is one possibility is there. So you can stop sharing your data from Google. You just disable the all features. So which you have given permission to the Google, like location access and contact access. So contact synchronization and photo synchronize, and your phone is like if you're using an Android phone, it automatically get your data from your phone. Okay, so you cannot run from that. Okay, so if you want to store your data, so to be secure, so there is no other way. So nowadays you cannot stop anyone stealing your data. So I'll give you an example. If you are using Facebook or Instagram, so if you are given microphone access to that application, okay, so you don't turn on that application, you just turn on your internet and keep your phone in front of you and try to speak some product or anything else. Okay, so you repeat that product name. For example, I'm repeating Uford 4 5 times, right? So what exactly happens is that microphone picks up your voice, so and send it to the Facebook, and Facebook will suggest me the suggestion. Okay, so you can try that. Okay, and one more thing, you said while when we logging into the Gmail, so all our data is compromised. Yes, our privacy is compromised, but uh, they are their policy is like that. Okay, so we cannot do much. And uh, by using Google Assistant also, like whenever you say okay Google, okay, so your voice is recorded each and every time when you say that. And the when you use some of you are using iPhone as well, right? When you say hey Siri, okay, so your voice sample is recorded in Apple's database. And is there any other questions? One can disable the location. Yes, Ravi sir, yes, I agree with that. So if you have any questions, please ask. Otherwise, we can wind up the session because the next session is coming up. Malika ma'am, you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So,
Is there any questions from the attendees? Yes.
okay.
Okay,
That's
ma'am.
interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you,
Over to
Mr.
you.
Shashidhar Patkar, for taking us to the different steps of digital forensics and also taking us through the key steps in a forensic investigation, and also for introducing us to the different forensic tools used in analysis, and also citing the different challenges that are involved in digital forensics. Now, since you are part of the cybercrime police station, I think it was even more interesting to listen to some of the real-time case examples. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, one and all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah. And one more thing.
Yes.
Yeah,
Sir.
one more thing.
Yeah.
If you guys have any queries regarding to cyber forensics or social engineering or anything, you can ping me on WhatsApp. I'm there in WhatsApp group. Okay, so my number is 900-898-2339. You can note it down, or you can just ping me, or you can call me anytime.
Yeah,
Thank you,
that is
ma'am.
very nice of you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am.
So now the next session would be on risk management and security audits and reporting. That would be by Mr. Robinson D'Souza. So that would begin at 11:45. So you can quickly take a break of a few minutes and come back. Thank you.